Okay. So, some of you asking about a Halloween event that's coming. Uh, Admittedly, most companies like to release the Halloween events before Halloween. But this is the good studio. Chances are it might not even be ready for tomorrow. So Halloween might be the 34th of October. No, that's not true. I think it might be ready tomorrow. We had there was a funny situation about a month ago, right? Where it's like, all right, Halloween event, yeah. And I was like, look, we could just do this. It's really easy. It's going to take Frog 2 days, yeah. And then Frog was like, or I could do this. And I was like, that's insane. There's no way we're doing that. And he was like, yeah, but it's cool. And I was like, fuck it. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm just on my island. So basically, Frog is doing the Halloween event in the background of doing all your daily patches. So hopefully it's something. But it's a pretty cool engine tech. It's something that we didn't have before. And I'll try and answer sensible questions in chat as I do this. But anyway, yeah. I see Sav in here. We're still waiting on Argentina, Sav. Basically, we've got a server in Chile and a server in Brazil, and we contacted Argentinian people and said we'd like a server in Argentina so they could do tournaments. Yeah, because we've got a little bit of prize money for you, about $3.50. And the Argentinian people were like, there's routing problems. We get back to you when we overhaul it. And then they never got back to us. So we cancelled on them, okay? Fucking cancelled on them, Sav. So now we're looking for another Argentinian company to give us a friggin' server in Argentina. Nightmare. So you'll have to wait for tournaments. Sorry about that. Yes, you should go to the supermarket, Chilmus. You should buy candy, because kids might turn up. But don't get the open-handed candy. Get the ones in packets, because of COVID. That's my advice. Yes. And then... so hopefully you've appreciated the patches. The weird thing about the patches is it's kind of like a de-hype, isn't it? If you're inside the community, because I spoke to the community before and I was like, do you want me to fix like game modes and stuff, or do you want a better engine and game? And they were like, just polish what you have. And I was like, okay. So Frog went crazy. He started polishing everything, and everyone's like, these game modes are boring, and you update the game modes. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, we should update the game modes. So we got to do an update on game modes for season 2, which will come December. And I haven't even started working on that yet because I have no available Frog. So we'll have to see. Hey, do you want to know some cool news, though? Do you want to know some cool news? For the last 7 years, we've had one engine programmer. Guess what we get in November 1st? That's right. A second engine programmer. And 0 programmers, yeah. So by logic, that means it's basically double the patches, right? That's how it works. You add another programmer, you get double the work. No? Okay. Shame. The funny thing is, it's Frog's friend that introduced him to engine programming 20 years ago. So now they have to work together again 20 years later. So yeah. Yeah, we got to give him a shit name. Fire Frog and Earth Frog. Fusion Frog. He's almost at Frog's level. When I spoke to him last, he said Frog is probably the most competent of programmers he's met in his career. But he's very close. So I think he's looking forward to joining the company. He really likes the game. And he's very good. And he's a cool dude. So there you go. Water toad. Wind toad. That's funny. But no, it's really good. It's one of the things that we wanted to solve, to give Frog more help and more free time and make a better engine and better updates to the game as the game progresses. Obviously, we got other programmers, right, like Noctis and stuff, which have been awesome, because without them we wouldn't have been able to ship, because they did a lot of the matchmaking and UI and a lot of the systems. But it's nice to have another person on engine, but he's obviously got to get through Frog's code a little bit to get up to date. But apparently the engine's very clean. But every programmer has their own programming style, so hopefully they get on. But I think that other person's going to help, obviously, finish with the one of the next things we got to work on. I might as well just open up a notepad, right? I'm fucking bored of staring at my... I'm like Daddy MacGuffin. Hey, have you guys been keeping up with the eSport tournaments, by the way? Did anybody know who won the EU one? I wasn't paying attention. It was like... Apparently it was legendary players. No, you don't know? Okay. Hey, you know what was so funny? How many people were mad at me? I think Zoot was pissed off. And I was like, Zoot, the only reason you're angry is because you could never compete. Alright? I'm #1 in England, motherfucker. Spitting facts. Alright, yeah, I got a notepad. Let's bring that up. Can I share this? Some boomer. Hey, I'm 37. I did well for a 37-year-old, alright? I'm turning 38 this year. Alright, let's see if I can capture this. Capture. I don't want display capture. What can I do? Window capture? Can I capture a window? Ooh. That kind of just worked. Notepad++. Hype. That is. That's me. Okay. How do I do font size in this motherfucker? I had to close all my other notepads because of view. Someone tell me how to do what's it called? Control plus and scroll. Let's try. You're a genius. Thank you, Parkour Grip. And hello, by the way. Update. October edition. All right. Alright, yeah, so new stuff. New programmer needs animal name. That's an important part of the agenda. Music's too loud? Okay, 1 second. It's quite nice for me. I'll just throw it down. There you go. I'll tab back. New programmer needs new name. Halloween event tomorrow. Might be shit. But opens up new engine tech, which is good. Okay. What else have we been doing? Well, you've seen the friends list and stuff. Axolotl. What? Oh, yes. Let's just do up and coming stuff. Put a little dash on the end of there. Why not? Okay, so community content server. Uploading maps. All right, that's coming soon. Hopefully, maybe November. Okay? All right? Maybe November. You're going to be able to put... I'm going to put maybe. Okay? Because I know how you guys think I lie. After that, you motherfuckers are going to get replays. What? Because that involves the community content server. Okay? Maybe. I'm getting a new boat for my island. That's a defo, if anyone's wondering. And then, so that might happen in November. And then in December, right, we got to do season 2. Okay. So, Battle Pass. I want to ask you guys a question. Last time, I tried to say that Battle Passes would be you could get them always. Noctis cock-blocked me because he said that was tech and we ain't going to ship the fucking game if you do that. But then I was like, but Noctis, what if we do Battle Pass Part 2 and you just add 100 levels? And then if people want that premium, they just pay whatever the coin is, you know, which you earn from the first one. Lol. Beat the tech. Yeah? That way, you can have an ever-growing battle pass. And the thing about that I like, it means that we can be slightly lazy. New players, look, no one gives a fuck about new players, okay? The community is complaining that the game's too big and popular. They've got queue times to get into the launcher. People have asked about the average size of the community. We've deemed it to be 5'4". You're all very small and weak, and we could kick your asses. Oh, I misunderstood the question. Ah, I see. Well, that took me a month of research to get that. Are you 6'4"? Fuck, I'm 6'2". So, good job, you. I want to do a 100 level Battle Pass extension because then I don't like FOMO. FOMO makes James 20% more money, according to surveys. Do you want to give me more money? That's what I'm asking, chat, with FOMO. FOMO is fear of missing out. It basically means if you don't complete the Battle Pass by the end of Season 1, you'll never be able to complete it. And with this system, you can still complete it even if you're a lazy git. Okay? It's not homo. Fucking hell, it's FOMO. Yeah, I don't need to make more money, okay? Alright. Loot boxes make James 30% more money. You want that as well? Is that what you want? Bitches? Yeah? Exactly. Right? Fucking hell. Trying to be nice. Anyway, I'm going to force Noctis to do a part 2 extension to the Battle Pass and see if the community like it or backlash against me because I said it was only for a season. But as always, I care. Alright, yeah. Alright, game modes. Fuck. Right. This is the hard part, right? Because I've got to start working on this when Frog's available. Alright. I got to kill a bunch of queues. Kill a bunch of queues. I also really feel that if we're going to entertain the current player base, we need to get a tournament system in to remove how do you spell player base? That's wrong. Player base from complaining, or you know what I mean. Make less important, right? So we got to kill a bunch of queues, then we got to add a tournament system, and then we got to rethink how we're going to do ranked and stuff like that. So the game modes, this is the problem I have with some of them, right? So these probably should be core under the 4v4 list because they basically, that's the size that people like to play. Because when you play 3v3 and you're bad, basically you get noticed. If you ever seen Brick enter a tournament in a 3v3 game, he stands out because he's the best. 4v4, too much rockets. Yeah, well, we'll see. So the thing is people want an objective with this, and I don't think they do. I think you don't. Right? That's my professional analysis. This needs a grapple hook, or I don't want to play it. Grapple hook or boring. Proper weapon respawn times, or boring. That's my opinion of TDM. If you're going to go down to like 10-15 second weapon respawn times, you're not playing TDM. More maps. And a plushie. That's what people want. That's what people want. People want more of a plushie from MacGuffin. Or whatever. Right? They'd rather... If we were to work on MacGuffin the game mode or make plushies, people would want plushies more than the MacGuffin. That's how sad it is. Okay. So, just to kind of recap, if anyone's turned up, new stuff. We got a new programmer, needs an animal name. Halloween event tomorrow. Opens up some new engine tech, which is great. Up and coming, community content server, uploading maps, November maybe. After that, replays maybe. I'm buying a new boat for my island, definitely. December, Season 2, Battle Pass, we want to do Part 2 at 100 levels. And then you just premium it with the coins you get from the first part of the Battle Pass. That way, it's whatever. We do have some like weapon models, hopefully, coming as well. We just have to get the source files and then do some edits on them. FOMO makes me more money, so we remove it. Less money, less problems. Game modes for December. We got to kill a bunch of queues. We want to add a tournament system. That won't come straight away because it takes a lot of UI work and talking to James, which programmers hate because it makes everything a lot harder. I could just make this bigger. And then the 4 game modes that we really want to kind of be core of these. Now, I had a meeting. I really just want to grab another bit of coffee. Can I come back and take a 2-minute break? Will you guys still be here? I'm going to just take one of your guys' answers. Parkour grip. He said, let me have a look. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, he said sure. He said sure. I've got to collect my thoughts on this part because this is where it gets more complicated because it's design. Where's freeze tag? I don't know. That's a shit question. Don't ask me where freeze tag is. Collect my thoughts. All right, I'll be back. I'm going to go collect my thoughts. I'm going to mute my mic. And then I'll be back 2 minutes. That was a good break. You guys enjoy the break? Some of the game modes that I want to kill is put everything on one page. Remove stuff like Shaft Arena, Rocket Arena. Potentially, you could remove rockets. You can't just come in here and be like, remove a core weapon from your video game, okay? If there's an arcade tab, right, and it rotates, how mad will you guys be that your favorite shitty arcade mode isn't going to be there for one day and it will come back another day? Yeah, because like I think the ones that are core modes from, you know, it's like the Aim Arena 1v1 and 2v2. I think like people still like those, and there's some tournaments. I think Fatality is running a tournament. I know he's running a tournament because I paid for it. It's part of the grassroots. One queue with multiple modes, people get really angry at in the Arena FPS community. People just have their like favorite flavor of ice cream and they just don't want to try anything else. Basically, you guys are game mode racists, as far as I'm concerned. Okay? So it's a problem with you, not me. That's right. That says minus Shaft Arena, but it's got a dash in front of it, and so is the one below. So I think they can come back in under rotations, you know, because you can still keep them ranked. So if it comes up, then you can focus all the Shaft Arenas players to play on like Wednesday and Friday or something and rotate it. We'll see. All right, yeah, game modes. Yeah, this is the weird thing about an Arena FPS, right? So let's go into Arena FPS and talk about Arena FPS. Arena FPS is not addictive unless you're you really like rockets. All right, that's what I think. So this is the thing. This is what biggest games in the industry are just addictive. Dota 2 is a power fantasy. Get items, feel strong in-game, despite being weak IRL. I've never met a buff Dota 2 player. Oh wait, fly. Fuck. Okay. Well, Dota 2 is like a power fantasy, right? Fortnite is kind of a power fantasy. As much fantasy as you can have playing Fortnite. It's half power fantasy and then exploration, you know, and it's more of a social game because you play with your friends and you have time to talk and sit in boxes. Chat in boxes. We don't have boxes and therefore we can't chat in them. CS is less of a power fantasy, I guess. I think some of the games that classify under like COD and CS are just, and to an extent Overwatch, these are just like top quality made games. Valorant, yeah, Valorant's also there. How is Valorant doing? Well, yeah, so the thing is like Arena FPS, to go back to it, is kind of like doesn't have an addictive gameplay loop, right? I would say the only reason that I got addicted to it was because it was the game I wanted to be better at people at, and I played in tournaments. So tournament experience is addictive because it's like feels awesome, right? Like if you play in tournaments, You basically, you're playing at like every match matters. It's so much fun. Yada, yada, yada. So it's quite weird that this kind of like addictive part of games is what's maybe separating stuff, but also these top quality made games, and we don't have the VFX and all the stuff with a new engine to make stuff feel as good as, like, you know, the top quality games here. So it's kind of a tough situation to be in. So when we come down to these game modes, what I've got to consider is, like, how do I make these more fun to play outside of tournaments where you come in and you play ranked and it feels good? Because when I play Wipeout, I'm just like, you know, you hit 3-4 pincers in a row, it doesn't give you any dopamine. You're just like, yeah, I play arena FPS. You know, of course I hit 3-4 pincers in a row. I can also assemble IKEA furniture super fast, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. And then there's not much talking between teammates, so you don't have that kind of social and the what's it called? Exploration part. You just kind of go into the zone. So I might want to try something with one of the game modes in an experimental place. Experimental change. And I'll probably just do it with like Wipeout to start with. Only in custom lobby. Just to check it out. But what I want to do is to see if there's a game behind the game. Because we're all fine at shooting rockets and pincers and shafting people. But I want to see if there's something else. Because I think with an objective in Wipeout, it doesn't really turn into much. Because it would just mean that it's less fun. If you put an objective in Wipeout, you'd have to add Clan Arena into Quick Play. Because there's some people that just want to shoot, right? They don't want to play hide and seek. Or hide and seek and then an objective, right? They just want, you know, something basic to shoot. So I want to see if there's something that could be fun in Wipeout, and I don't know if I should do this, but I'll talk about it and then see. So round-based game mode. Earn gold on kills and damage. You're going to hate this. Wait, it gets better. Post round, spend gold on upgrades or save, invest. Right? This is like you ever played like a lot of the Dota systems back in the day? Not Dota, the original game, but what's it called? Brilliant ideas like always. No, wait, this can work. It's more the Dota arcade games. You know, when you don't spend gold and you get more? It's fun. Okay. What upgrades can you buy? Okay. Shaft, 7 damage. Right? Oh, yeah, team upgrades. You can't get these individually. You have to share them with the team. Team upgrades. You can't all get them. All right. Shaft damage. What else can be boring? What about spawning with 25 additional armor? More tank. So if you're shit, you should probably not buy the shaft upgrade. What if you wanted to defend yourself versus shaft? What if we just counter it? Oh wait, if we did shaft damage more, if someone bought a shaft upgrade for one of the rounds. Red beam. Ah, look at that, done it. I actually think, right, sliding and CPMA movement, I ain't against it if you buy those upgrades. But I'm going to make them fucking expensive. Remember, this is Wipeout, right? It's like whatever. Right? What other stuff? I think we should have like resistance versus shaft, rockets, railgun. Whoops. Wrong game. Pincer. These are separate though, right? So I think if you're playing versus a shaft heavy team, you can get resistance, which minuses the damage by 1. And I'd be fine with that. Shh, chat. Shh, shh, shh. How can you minus rockets? Yeah, that's a good point. Well, the thing is team upgrade buys are I also think you should buy your Weebles as well. Team upgrade buys are, what are they? If someone buys something, you can't buy it in your team. Okay, so it's not they're shared. What's the word for it that I want? Exclusive. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, the thing about I want to try and do something like this, because I don't think there's anything in Wipeout which will going to make it more fun, but I think the power fantasy could be fun, right? Trying to build your character to go into Wipeout and play your style a little bit more. And you could also say this is an arena FPS, but remember, it's okay. The thing I like about this is that the tech is basically there, and it's not hard to do this stuff. And I'd rather experiment with this. Fuck it, put it in the game now. What? Yeah, like when I see people play Wipeout, it's so samey. I kind of want people to gain power. And the other thing I like about the Dota system is that if, for example, there's someone in chat called Yenum, right? Let's say Yenum is doing really well, right? Yenum is worth a lot of gold, doing well. I kill Yenum. Bonus gold. Now I can, you know what I mean? Is his name Yenum? He's in chat, right? He's got a, whatever. He's got a 0 in his name. So yeah, so like a bounty. Because like, I don't want to give everyone the same amount of gold every round, because that's fucking boring. And at the same time, I think not spending your gold should have some strategy in it, so you can save up for the better stuff. So if you're really good, you don't need to buy anything round 1, right? To whatever, death to Yenum, exactly. But there can, you know, for the newer players, getting lucky frags could bring them back a decent amount of gold. Competing for last hits against your teammates. Yeah, it depends. Yeah, it depends. Depends how you get gold, right? The cool thing about this is it's round based. Okay. Now, scarily, for you esport fuckers out there, guess what other 2 game modes are round based? Uh-oh. You better hope this doesn't work. Otherwise, I'm going to ruin MacGuffin and Extinction or as well. And then you're all fucked. Right, but can I experiment with this for season 2 to see? I don't have to put it in. I'll put it in custom games first, and you guys can tell me what it's like, because I think it's fun. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And then we know, and we've wasted a lot of time, but that's fine. One thing this has taught me is patience, being a game dev. CTF, TDM, 4v4 MacGuffin in the queues, yeah. The queues kind of get fixed a little bit when you just have less modes and you have a tournament system, so I'm not too concerned about that. But since Wipeout is fun, I would like to make it more weird. We probably need a minimum amount of people games played to join ranked as well, because I see people joining games. Because I think there's some people that just don't like me and you, right? So we can unite and hate them back, because that solves the world's problems. Hate. And they join your games and just leave. So I think adding a minimum amount of games to join ranked would be nice. I want to remove the numbers after you finish the ranked game anyway, and just have your logo. You don't really need to see plus and minus. It's just like it's a waste of time, and it makes people sad. And remember, we're trying to get you addicted. Okay. So, I need to figure out CTF. CTF is a long game mode. I really want a grappling hook. Some of the feedback I got from like esport pros, which is funny. I mean, call them that. They're not better than me, but they're giving feedback. Someone was complaining that it was hard to defend Red Armor versus Team Liquid. Right? So basically, that person was comparing our game to Quake Live, where you can stand and just shaft people. And the thing is, our game's faster. One of the reasons is that we added a dash mechanic, or whatever you want to call it, dodge, and bolt. It has many names. So that, yeah, you can get into rooms. So rocket launcher gets stronger. When I nerfed, I'm going to call it bolt, for launch, people were sad. Okay? Other normal pros said, you just need to adapt. See? So, I don't think I really want to nerf the game down in speed right now. I'll wait a little bit. But I can understand, like, maybe TDM, not CTF, but TDM will certainly get a bit nutty, depending on people's speed around maps. MacGuffin's kind of built for speed, and Wipeout is the same, so we'll have to see what happens with TDM. I think 2v2 TDM would work really well with our current map pool, because you could play Icefall 2v2, and that would be good. Well, it's not Quake Live, is it? So, Season 2 should be coming. I'm just going to say early December. I'll move that down. I think it's meant to come like December 1st, but I don't know if everything will be ready. Yeah, but that's all on the company's mind. We're working on other stuff, though, in secret. I'm going to tell you fuckers. Alright, I'll tell you. We're making card games. Okay, we're not. Oh. We're not making card games. My mum's texting me. She says hi, chat. End of season ranked rewards, please. Yeah, we should do something like that. Can we do something simple, like giving you a like a gold border for a season or something? And you only get to keep it for a season. Then it disappears. Like, just something simple, because I don't want to have the team work on crazy shit. You already gave us a gold weapon skin. It's just like, I used to play in a thing called Starlands. It was like a ladder before clan-based and stuff, like in 98, I think. 99. And then if you were top percent, you got like a special, you know, avatar border for next season. So people were like, ooh, that person's good. That's all they did. And the team's going to be so busy on trying to get this shit done and Halloween shit done. Yeah, I think Weebles could be part of this as well. Um, I don't want it to be like CS though. I like the arcade games in Dota where there's a gold game that isn't just like, oh, you won, you lost. It's like if you don't spend your money, you're gonna get 10% more at the end of the round. Whatever you earn, so you get bonus gold, right? So you don't have to spend in rounds because I watched, for example, like, did you guys? Has anyone played Rogue Company? And there you just buy upgrades every round. Yeah, Underlords has a pretty good gold system. It's probably a fun game. I haven't played it. But the thing is, do you feel like in Rogue Company, when you're given an option, you just like, you don't give a shit and you just click whatever's in there? Because it's just all straight upgrades, right? No? Sav, is it smarter than that? The upgrades are very different. Okay. Most people don't save in Rogue. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I came up with a game mode that was meant for new players to kind of learn. New players have problems handling 8 to 10 weapons, right? Even in Wipeout. So one of the new game modes was a multi crystal capture game mode on Wipeout maps. So what this was is in Wipe you would spawn with one of three. I think it was like one of five starting weapons. One of five weapons. Anything from like shotgun, blaster. I think there was like maybe rocket in there. And what would happen is like small crystals would spawn. Small crystals spawn, and then you want to capture. Each crystal had a certain amount of resources. So say small was like 50, mid 75, large 100. When they were captured, when crystals were captured, gain points over time. Enemy could obviously recapture them, but large and small and mid were worth more. And then at the start of the game, small amount of crystals spawn, and then frequency basically increased. So the start of the game was kind of slow, but the end of the game would get quite hectic, and obviously your player base would want to go to large crystals. And then basically kills and captures had chance of dropping items, weapons, weebles, armor. And these would be persistent. So if you killed somebody, should I say frag and be like 2020? If you frag someone, they could drop a pincer. Like, it's not the weapon they're holding, it's like a random chance. And then if you picked it up, you had it for the rest of the game. You know what I mean? So it was like, it was a way for, it wasn't that hard. It's just literally, there's crystals that spawn around the map. You go and capture them, right? Because that's easy to do. It's like the easiest thing. Domination. You just send people to go places. And then what happens is if you just do the objectives, you gain stuff as the game mode goes on. And by the end of it, you're as strong as you are in Wipeout, right? Because you've got everything. But at the start of it, you might just have a machine gun, okay? Ta-da! So the idea was, it was to take new players and just kind of give them a small amount of increments of stuff to work with. So at the beginning of the experience, they just had to worry about taking a shotgun to a crystal and trying to shoot people with their teammate, right? So it wouldn't overload new player senses when it comes to like, here's 8 weapons. Oh yeah, when there's tools to make new game modes, you guys can do all kinds of crazy shit. But some of the things that we're doing for Halloween is to upgrade engine tech, along with give you something that in the future you'll be able to use as well. If you know what I mean. So this is like a game project, but under it there's a big engine project, right? So once you get community maps, and once you know, basically by the time everything is in a good place, I can get another island and you guys can make games for me. And then we'll put you in some sort of legal contract like Blizzard where we own it. Perfect. let's reduce queues. Here's 10 new gamers idea. Well, no, people are asking about something and I was like, this was something that we missed for launch. But it was meant to be for a more new player experience because they have still have problems handling like 8 to 10 weapons, even though they really focus on the free. All right, I think I'm done with the meeting anyway. I don't really have much more to say. The Halloween event might be coming tomorrow. The Halloween event's extra scary because we don't know if it's going to be ready. So it scares you because Eggbots are very scary, and it also scares us as a studio because I haven't even fucking played it yet. I just seen the map. So, yeah. Be a jump scare patch indeed towards land. Am I happy with the current state of Duel? I think it can be better. But I think it's maps first. And then also, I think the weapon balance is really nice for team modes because it encourages a lot of fun. Especially, you know, from tournament experience and also like wipeout game modes and stuff. It's nice to be able to play aggressive and not have people plus backwards. But I think in Duel the weapon balance might be like not fitting of the maps, or at least the armor system, and also potentially the green notification of the item pickup. But we got new maps coming. That's also happening in December. Newer maps in December from community. There's a $30K US mapping contest, by the way, going on. There's a Discord for it, so we'll see. So we should get a bunch of new maps. I don't know what quality they'll be, but you know, we might end up as a studio working on some of them just to polish. We're not going to do DM17. Oh, you mean community maps will do it? Yeah, we told them not to remake any maps. Anywho, this was the fantastic updates. No, I'm not going to add health and armor above people's things because that's too newbie friendly. Above enemy names. Thoughts on the state of rocket launcher? You have an Egyptian themed freeze tag map. That's cool. Will Shaft always lack knockback? Well, not if you upgrade it. But it costs real money. There's a premium way to upgrade in Wipeout in the new Season 2 and a free way. I'm joking. Hey, do you remember World of Tanks sold ammo for real money? Like tank piercing ammo. Remember that? I never played World of Tanks. I just heard of it, so I don't know if it's true. But I think it's true. Read it on the internet. Probably true. Not real life ammo. It's true. Feels bad, man. I don't trust people who play tank games. Okay. Oh, yeah, we got new sounds coming. We had a new rocket launcher and shaft sound, but I think they're still too realistic. So the awesome audio guy that's giving us new sounds, I'm not sure if they fit. So it's a shame because they cost you guys a lot of money. I took it from your guys' money, not mine, not my island fund. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about getting the audio quality right for an arena FPS when it comes to like somewhere arcadey but not too realistic. Because if it's too realistic and you have to listen to it over and over and over again, it gets really harsh on your ears. And if it's too arcadey weak, it doesn't feel powerful enough on the weapons. Which is why like one of my like you know you guys obviously know I'm a fan of like Quake and Doom, right? Because that's what I used to play. But Doom and Quake gun sounds are just fantastic. So it's something to learn and try to strive towards. But I don't think we're there yet. I prefer Doom's 2016 weapons over Quake. But I still think Quake 3 sounds are just like... You don't need to change them. Just Quake 3 sounds amazing. Like every gun in Quake 3 just sounds so unique and awesome, and it just, it's so good. Even Quake 3 rocket launcher, I'm good with it. Alright, I'm gonna go now. I'll see you next month for the update. Enjoy a Halloween patch that might come tomorrow. If it doesn't come tomorrow, it will come 34th of October, because that's when Eggbots have Halloween. But hopefully it might come tomorrow. And then basically you're going to have to put up with the game modes for a month until I do some experimental shit and try and fix the playlist. So if you're already bored, I do apologize. But we are working very hard, as you can see, with all the patches. So hopefully you'll enjoy what there will be in the future. And then there's some tournaments. Fatality's got an AIM Arena tournament in America. You should enter it because it's almost free money, because I think most of the American pros are in the $15,000 NA team tournament, and they've got to qualify Saturday and Sunday for those that don't qualify on Saturday. And so I'm assuming Liquid will won the last one, and they might win this one. They still look very strong. And then in 2 weeks' time, we got the EU one. And there's some dual tournaments. And there's also dual tournaments in December. And then December should be like a version 2 of the gameplay lists and game modes. So hopefully that keeps everybody entertained for a little bit, so I can sunbathe more on my island. Yeah, Mojo knows what's up. There's cool Discord channels, by the way. There's an esports one and there's a mapping one. I want to put Shaft Arena in rotatable game modes, so it's not always available, because it's Shaft Arena. I think we could do more with the aim trainer to help you get better at aiming. I don't think Shaft Arena is... Oh, God. How many... Where do you Shaft Arena players all live? You just turn up out of nowhere. It's like... Every time I try and get rid of you guys, keep coming back. I think the aim trainer can do a lot. I just don't want to confuse people with cues. Air Rock Trainer. Yeah, yeah. I think the Aim Trainer can do a lot more in the future. So we'll see what it does in the future, right? But that's the future. Anyway, my dev team are probably watching this stream going absolutely mental with all the shit that I'm trying to promise. But I wrote maybes a lot, so don't worry, dev team. And yeah, get ready for season 2. Your money helps. What does my mum want? Okay, I'm gonna go. Is anyone streaming Diabotical that needs a host? Let's have a look.